Today I'm going to talk about Broken Country by Clare Leslie Hall, who has written 2 thrillers in the UK and Germany, but this is her North American debut. You know, it might be the sign of a good book when I was quite mesmerized and could not put this book down. I think what held me was the emotion, the suspense, the eloquent writing, and the explicit descriptions of rural British farm life. But be forewarned that there's a lot of tragedy and no humor to this story. It is graphic in places, and it deals with loss and grief in many forms. It's 1968, and we are immediately informed that the death of a farmer has occurred before we meet 3 main characters. The protagonist, Beth, her stalwart husband, Frank, and Frank's brother, Jimmy, who live together on the family farm in the beautiful Dorset countryside in England. Beth and Frank live a comfortable life, and Beth is quite happy playing a key role in managing the house and helping with farm labor, despite her childhood dreams of being a successful poet. We're then taken to the backstory in 1955, where teenager Beth meets the talented and beautiful teenager Gabriel. The story returns to 1968 when her brother-in-law Jimmy shoots a dog that just happens to belong to Gabriel, who has moved into the neighboring farm with his young son Leo. And this sets off the drama, which is unraveled in alternating chapters between what the author refers to as before and the present 1968. And yes, a love triangle forms, but that's only part of the story. Woven in are emotional dilemmas, decisions, consequences, dishonesty, grief, guilt, big secrets, class differences, privilege, and topics unspoken. Broken Country is a fast read. You might not like any of the main characters that much. They are certainly flawed human beings, but aren't we all? I think a strength of the book is that you're well into the story before some, but not all, your questions are answered. And do pay attention to the little things that you might let pass by because they might crop up later as having a huge impact. And you might be left with lots of emotions and thoughts about true love, forgiveness, and what decisions we make as teenagers that alter the trajectory of our lives. That's good storytelling. As Reese says, this would make a good book club novel for readers that like gritty and emotional stories. And there are some nice discussion questions online if you're interested. And I would not be at all surprised if this book is made into a movie in the very near future. Broken Country by Clare Leslie Hall.